Hey folks, how are you? Thank you very much for watching the first episode of the series where I show you guys and girls a little bit of my process for orchestrating for the latest album of Angra, Cycles of Pain. I've got so many cool messages from all of you, and yeah, man, it's just fantastic to be part of this project. Everyone who knows me deeply knows how much I love Angra, how much of a fan I am, and how much I was excited and still am excited to talk about it. So today on our second episode, we will be talking about the title track, the track called Cycles of Pain. As I don't know if you guys remember, but I promised that I'm going to by complexity of songs. So the first song, Here and the Now, was a simple song here that I worked on for the project. Cycles of Pain was the second most simple song that I worked on, and I will share my screen with you, and we are going to embark on this journey together. It's gonna be cool. So let me just change the camera here. I need to put my glass because, you know, like, we're getting old and it's not fun. All right, so basically this is the whole view of the track. When I listened to the track for the first time, I knew that the song also worked on its own. So basically I would just need to fill the gaps, you know, bring up some pads. And then at the very end, I wanted to bring a more orchestral piece, focus on woodwinds and strings, but pretty much half of the song is just pads. I know it sounds honestly simple when you just listen right now, but when you work with modern production, there are so many paths you can go, right, in terms of sound, and we have this almost infinite possibilities nowadays. So it's really hard to really find a sound nowadays that you want, because we have so many options, right? So let me just change the ear. So you see that when I play the song, right, we have this introduction that is very subtle, and then the piano plays, right? So the band plays right here. When I received this piece, as far as I remember, it was starting from the piano, which was a beautiful piano played by Bruno Alves. But I wanted to develop a little bit more until we get here. And I remember Felipe told me, like, oh man, we love the intros. I say, oh, so there we go. That's awesome. So I just wanted to basically bring this kind of like conflict, eerie pad, you know, because his music talks about pain. So I want to bring this feeling of conflict, of maybe, you know, searching the memories of something that was causing pain. So that was my idea, to find this sound, to combine this basically 5 or 6 layers here. So when you hear only the pads with the piano, I'm gonna mute the band and I'm gonna leave the voice on.
You wake up alone again. It's hard to get out of bed. Your mind is blank. Your heart.
And then, of course, now we have basically 2 main lines here. We have Fabio singing, and we have Felipe's bass, right? So the idea is honestly not to be in their way, right? It's basically to open up. So as Fabio sings and Felipe plays his counter melody, my function here, it's basically like reinforce the harmony, That's all. Basically, okay, these are the chords where these notes belong, and that's it. So that's pretty much what I did here. By the way, my dog is like just trying to figure out life. She's super old. There you go.
Is black. All these fears that you can't explain, when nothing seems to make sense, a shallow grave you're buried in. Everything goes wrong.
Right, so just reinforce the harmony. Be very open up in terms of notes, like. You basically want to make sure that the voice can go anywhere and there won't be any conflict, especially here in the introduction, where basically the music kind of asks for this easiness, right? So yeah, we are just introducing to our audience this context and what this music is about. So
that's right, hide your tears.
Here it grows up a little bit more.
Broken dreams. The hours are all the same, and misery wants to stay. Don't you sleep. Oh.
It's funny, I just realized that I'm just basically doing fourths and fifths parallel here all the time. Very basically, I know what I did that was since the guitar comes here, right, and the guitar starts doing this kind of like arpeggio, then I want to get even more away of the band's path. Like, okay, man, I'm just gonna reinforce the harmony, but this time even less notes because everyone is doing their stuff. It's very important that for you when you arrange and orchestrating, realize when is our moment to shine and when is the band's moment to shine, which honestly should be the vast majority of the time. But this balance is very important to find when you're orchestrating for a band, especially Angra, where there is usually a lot of notes. So yeah.
Everything goes wrong. Just try to control, put up a fight. It's so hard for everyone. Everything goes wrong when you're desperate. Avoiding yourself, taking that blame. Here it comes again.
So this section of the music, when I've heard, I was like, okay, this needs to go somewhere else. So that's when I start to playing with strings. So I wrote a very simple quartet strings here, nothing fancy. I just doubled 2 different string libraries because I wanted to bring this kind of like lush sound, right? I didn't want like a solo sound because I think there'll be too much in the front, so I wanted something more lush, especially because we're coming from pads. We don't want to create a huge difference in terms of the part A and part B. Beautiful A major, right? Here we have the guitar solo part. Then again, we go back to the beginning because I want the strings to be part of this epic moment in the music. Not that the guitar solo is not epic, but for me, the voice of Fabio playing, you know, like the chorus here and this part of the music, that's for me belongs to the strings. So when the solo comes, I'm like, okay, strings, you just wait there and let's go back to pads again. we have the next section of the music. So things start to get a little bit more busy, but it's still like everything is still inside the triadic word with some parts here and there going fourth, going on the sixth. Super cool, right? The last section of the music, when the chorus come back in its own form, like a full form, I wanted to bring a little bit of the vibe from Make Believe, right? I love the string arrangement on Make Believe. I remember talking to Felipe and Raphael. They liked the idea. Raphael gave some suggestions here as well. So it's a very cool counterpoint. For me, it kind of resembles the classic Angra, and I'm happy that they decided to accept this. It just repeats. There is a chop moment here, but basically I will play from this part because I don't think we need to listen twice. I just want to say that I'm really proud of this bar here. I think it's a very pretty moment where the strings breathe and then they come back. I think it's just, I think it's very pretty. Yeah, I mean the harmony that Angra are using here is fantastic. So my job was easier, but it's very pretty movement, right? Like the strings just stop and then they come back very gently. And then for the last part, of course, I wanted to add some choirs. Let me just play. Very pretty, right? We ended with this. I think it's a D major 7. I don't know, 13 or something like that. But yeah, this is Cycles of Pain. Beautiful song. It was very fun to work on this track. Like honestly, like all of them. And let me know what you think in the comments. And see you in the next episodes. Cheers.